Willie D live.
A New York man was shot twice in his neck by an off-duty police officer during a road rage incident. The man allegedly pulled out a knife and swung before the shooting. The off-duty police officer was confronted by the man. According to the police, the confrontation began after one driver cut off another while exiting a car wash. Listen to what I'm saying, fam, because a lot of us find ourselves in these type of situations all the time. So that's when the confrontation began. One driver cut off another driver while exiting a car wash. Video shows both vehicles pulling over, with 31-year-old Wallace Fisher getting out of his car to approach the other driver, 33-year-old Anthony Simon, an off-duty Kingston police officer. And that's when SHIT hit the fan, fam. Check it out.
News of the day, a road rage shooting in Orange County caught on camera. What began as back and forth between two drivers ended in a violent face-to-face confrontation. An off-duty Kingston police officer fired several shots at the other driver, leaving him in critical condition. It happened yesterday in the town of Wawayanda. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis.
Seen the boy swing, he punched him, and immediately 3 shots went off.
This is that moment caught on cell phone video, though we've paused part of it. The dramatic end to a road rage incident yesterday afternoon on Dolson Town Road. A witness says it started when a pickup driven by an off-duty police officer went around another car while both were exiting a nearby car wash.
Person that got cut off from the cop was tailgating him after that. The cop was brake checking him. Then the boy tried to pass him, and the cop went on the other side of the road and tried to run him off the road.
The video shows Wallace Fisher walk up to the second driver. Initial reports were that the 33-year-old brandished a knife, though it's unclear whether he's holding one as he takes a swing. The off-duty officer is identified as 33-year-old Anthony Simon of the Kingston Police Department.
I screamed, literally screamed. Like, it was one of those moments that you don't even kind of understand.
Wallace was shot twice in the neck and shoulder and is in critical but stable condition at Westchester Medical Center. Police are reviewing video and interviewing witnesses.
When he got out the car, he could have left. He could have pulled off. The same way I watched him swerve lane to lane and him get out the way or him avoid the boy from passing him. You know, I feel like the whole thing could have been avoided. On both parties, I feel like they were wrong.
So far, no charges filed against either driver as state police continue their investigation. In Wawayanda, Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
What a hell of a place to live, way under. Way under. Anyway, family, that video was for educational purposes only. That's right, educational purposes only. When and if you find yourself inside of a road rage situation, do not get out of your vehicle. Do not get out of your vehicle under any circumstances. I have seen too many people exit that vehicle and get gunned down by the driver while they were still sitting in the driver's seat. I don't know what y'all be thinking. Maybe y'all don't watch TV. Maybe you don't watch the news. Maybe you're not on the internet. But I have seen literally a few dozen videos of people getting out of their car and catching hands or bullets. Yeah. And you know, bullets don't have a name. Bullets don't care how big you are. Bullets don't care how bad you are. Bullets don't care about your ethnicity. Bullets don't care about your gender or your sexuality. Bullets don't care about your religion. Bullets don't care about your age. Once that bullet leaves that chamber, it's not going to say, wait a minute, I don't think I can make it. That guy's kind of big. Let me turn around. Wait a minute. He's white. I can't go in there. He's black. He's Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's a teenager. Bullets ain't gonna do that. Bullets just go, shoot. Once it squeeze, boom, It's like that. How many times do we have to see videos like this for people to understand? And here go the thing, fam. Even with watching all these videos, I understand we're humans, and so we can talk about how we would react and how we would want to react in situations like this. And then when it happens, you're in the heat of the moment, you don't have time. Sometimes things happen just like that and escalate just like that. And so you don't really have time to think about the options that you have. You really don't. So, but the way to deal with these type of situations is to assume that everybody's packing. If you're the type of person, you're a Billy Badass and you hot-headed, you probably shouldn't be driving. You probably shouldn't drive. Yeah, you probably shouldn't drive. Don't drive. Because you're going to get yourself hurt or you're going to get somebody else hurt. Don't drive. Do not drive. When you're on the road, you have to remember the word grace. None of us are perfect drivers. Every single one of us who has ever driven a vehicle has cut somebody off, whether you did it purposely or inadvertently. You did it. You cut somebody off. You have driven too close to somebody. You've driven too slow in front of somebody. You was driving a little too fast in that neighborhood. We've all done it. You've weaved across the line before. If you can do it, if you've done it, why not give the other drivers grace? You've blown your horn before at people. Sometimes you've been patient and you don't blow your horn, but other times, man, you're trying to get somewhere. So you don't even think about it. You just blow the horn. Now the person in front of you, they're mad. Really, that horn should be more of a warning than something that you use to startle people. It's really, really people blow the horn to get people's attention, to bring some attention or whatever, right? But a lot of times people weaponize those horns and they blow it louder than they have to. They hold on louder. They just, a little tap is cool, but nah, you fight words, man. Fighting words sometimes. That could be fighting words. So when you hear that, you got to think to yourself, well, shit, I've done it before and nobody pulled out a gun and shot me. So why am I pulling out a gun to shoot somebody because they blew their horn? Pay attention to what's going on around you, and most people won't ever feel the need to blow their horn. Think about what I'm saying, fam. This is just common sense. Like, give people grace because you've been given grace. How many times have a line formed on the street? The traffic is going in one direction and you drive all the way up in the front and then cut in front of the line. How many times have you done that? How many times have you done it? Even if you've done it once, you should give grace. And even if you haven't done it once, you should give grace. You know why? Because that's part of the driving experience. Some people cut the line. You got to think to yourself, if somebody cut the line on me, am I going to kill them? Well, if you start blowing your horn and F you and this and they do it, you don't know how that person's going to react. You know how you're going to react. You know what you feel. You know what you're about to say. But you don't know who's in that other car. You don't know if that person's going to match your energy. Now, I know some of y'all are some Billy badasses and y'all don't give a damn. Well, if you don't give a damn, then okay, I got it. Just don't give a damn and you throw your life away. I got it. You don't care. You don't care about your life like that. I got it. But if you give a damn, you think things through. You look at the details and you say to yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen? Anytime during conflict, you have to always think about what is the worst thing that could happen? What's the worst thing that could happen? Now, some of y'all get involved in conflict and you think the conflict is so petty, nobody could possibly get killed behind this. Man, conflict is conflict. Once you enter the conflict zone, you do not know where the next person will take it. Hell, you don't even know where you'll take it. This is how so many people who've never been in trouble with the law end up pulling out guns and shooting people and going to jail, end up in prison for 20, 30 years. Ain't never been to jail before. But they thought that they had a right to pull out the gun and shoot somebody just because somebody kicked their car. You know, you driving down the street, motorcycle, you know, you get a little too close to the motorcycle and they feel like, you know, you pretty much, you know, impeded their progress in some kind of way, or you invaded their space and they decide to push your side view mirror in. Now you mad. That's your car. You mad. And you like, man, ooh. And he come running and then you boom, 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 boom. You going to prison. You going to prison. If you got a pistol, that pistol is not just for your protection. You better learn how to use that pistol, when to use it, not just how to use it. Because a lot of us, we learn how to use it, but we don't understand when to use it. You better know when to use that pistol as much as you, and as well as you know how to use that pistol. Because when to use that pistol, knowing when to use that pistol can be the difference between life and death and freedom and incarceration. Not to mention a whole lot of money you're going to have to pay in inconvenience and how it's going to take years off your life stressing because you got your future in the hands of some people who were paid to show you no mercy.